How's it going today? Today we're going to talk about my biggest positions going into 2020. Um, I'm kind of excited for this one. Make sure you like and subscribe the video. I do videos. I pick stocks. I do everything, and and anything. I'm going to tell you my biggest positions going into it. Starting out with number 5. Number 5 is Nvidia. Nvidia is basically, I don't know, everybody probably knows what they do by now if you're in the investing world, but basically they make computer chips, which is GPUs, which is graphic processing unit. They're moving up. It's one of these stocks. It was down. Actually, it really kind of came back, but I believe this stock is one of these. It's AI. If you think of AI, database, all that, going forward, I think Nvidia is one of my largest positions. At around 5%, not too big. I did trim back some in 2018 when it was kind of almost to the point where it was like controlling my whole portfolio. I believe maybe cut back when it hit 20. Actually, I was almost like 30-40% of my whole portfolio. So essentially that thing went up a lot and stayed up, and then thank God I sold it. But anyway, that's Nvidia. I can leave a link. I just recommended it, and it's one of these things I'm holding through, and I believe it's going to do well, and continue to do well. And now, number 4 is Shopify. Shopify is sitting at 6.5%. So it's a little larger, but not too large. Actually, majority of my but anyway, so if you think about it, these are Shopify does e-commerce. It helps people make a website and then charges them a percentage of their sales. I think it's very low, but you charge a monthly subscription. So essentially, it's one of them companies. I believe it's still going good. I mean, it had a great year this year. It's actually had a great every year, really. I mean, it hasn't had a bad year yet. Maybe this year probably be bad, but it's sitting at 6%. So it's pretty large position. I really like the company and everything like that. I'm not going to get whole 100% because a lot of these companies are just rehashed companies that I've went on and on and on about. Now, getting into the top 3 is Google. Google is sitting around about 7.3%. So, it's a lot bigger position than really all the other ones. So, essentially, they say recommend. It's funny, and Google's always been kind of one of my positions where it's sitting up pretty big. I never sold any Google stock, and I probably won't. They did some changes with their CEO, and I believe it will continue to do well. I like the company a lot, and that's why it's sitting around 7%. So now moving on to the next one. The next one is the Trade Desk. This one, a lot of these companies, especially the Trade Desk, Shopify, and Nvidia, it's not by choice they were this large in my position. I kind of buy them, and then they go up a lot, so they earn their spot into the portfolio. I always buy maybe 2% of my portfolio if it's a big growth company with maybe a little more risk, a little more, like Shopify doesn't really have any earnings and all that. But I believe with the Trade Desk is one of these companies. It's almost doubled. It's doubled this year. The Trade Desk has done well over the last 5 years or 3 years. It's over 800%, 800 times. But anyway, so the Trade Desk, I can leave a link. I've recommended this stock over and over and over again. I really like the company, and I fully believe in the company. So that's why it's sitting at 8%. And now number 1 is Amazon. Amazon is my largest position, sitting at actually it's kind of weird, sitting exactly at 10% of my portfolio is in Amazon. So if you really add it up, I don't really believe in diversifying heavily. I have over just 20 stocks in my whole portfolio. These are my biggest positions getting into it. And anything, leave a link down in the descriptions on what you like, what your biggest position heading into it. As you can see, some of these positions are pretty large per se. I don't really own a whole lot, about 20. So essentially, it's not really a whole lot. Of stocks versus like 500 or 100, like some people, I never understood that, because then it's getting into like less than 1%. Why even have that in your portfolio? I normally just sell once they get so small. I just kind of sell them. There's no really point to have them. But like I said, I mean, really the top 5 companies, and actually they performed well. And actually, really these companies that perform well, I believe they will do well in 2020. Basically, that's what it is. A quick rehash. Nvidia sitting at 5%, then Shopify 6.5%, then Google 7.3%, and then the Trade Desk at number 2 at 8%. Amazon's number 1 at 10%. So I hope you guys like this video. These are my top positions going into 2020. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Thank you.